Alright, moving over to the cabinet for right now. Since we got the chassis in check, we're gonna move to this for the moment, for at least part of today. Today is Friday, the 2nd of June. We took apart the cabinet speaker grill from the body of the cabinet. It came loose relatively easy. Just a little bit of Vinegar and Bebopalula. She's in my hands. I'm gonna let this bake out in the sun to kind of dry it out real good. We're gonna let that sit out in the sun so it can dry up real good. We're gonna take and do a little dressing on it to get it back so that this fits up with this again. It had 2 screws holding this end on and 2 screws on the inside holding that on, and just glue points down here on the blocks, on the wedges. Yeah, we're gonna go full Monty on this thing. It's the right thing to do with these old ones. We need to perk up the public and get them interested in this stuff again, because we may be going back to it. And because these don't explode with an EMP pulse, especially if the sun causes it. So yeah, there's screws all through here, not as many as in the last radio, but I mean it does have its share. The speaker thing, four screws, and it came out, and then 4 screws on that, and that came out after a little prodding with a little Vinegar and a screwdriver. And now we can go ahead and touch this thing a lot more. So I'm going to put this out for the rest of the day and let it dry up from the Vinegar, and we're going to go do some more work on the chassis. We're gonna start stripping it down and getting it ready for a chassis finish, and then we're going to replace the caps. So you may or may not be getting any video, maybe getting video on some of that process. I'm not going to show you anything on the cleaning process. I mean, that's pretty, you know, a post could do it. But on the, we'll show you intermittent stages of finish on the recapping and the checking out of other components as we are moving along in this process. This one here is going to be a quickie pretty good, I would imagine, because there's not much to do on this cabinet. We're going to take it down to get rid of the little scratches and superficial marks on it. No, we're not going to use Murphy's. So let's get on with that, and we'll move on to something else. Okay, we took this chassis back up, and we got it on both bulbs now, and we're pulling 0.41 or 0.40, 400 gallicams. So we've noted that here on the voltage chart, 0.41 amps. It's in the, it's not in the broadcast, it's in the shortwave, so it might make a slight bit of difference, but probably not a great deal. Now, on here, you'll note that I highlighted in magenta all the pins that were reading high Right here is the plate voltages on the rectifier tube. It's at 288 for both of these pins. 275 is design, so we're up 13 volts on it. The heaters were 202 and 202, so we've got a little fudge factor there. Over here we've got 195 design on it. We're running 186, so that is 11. No, it's 9 over. 202 from 210. Over here we're running 98. That's 8 over. We're running low here, low there, and low there. Over here on the K7 we're running 98, design is 90. And on this one here we're running 108, design is 100. This one here is almost right on. So we haven't done anything with the caps other than the one that was changed, that coupling cap, and the jibber jabbers in there, the Goombas. So now we're going to proceed to doing a cleanup on the cabinet so we can get it refreshed, and it'll be a pleasure to handle. We'll give it a day or so to cure up, harden up, straighten up, and then we will proceed to start clipping and changing. We're going to do a test after that, fire up, once we get it back together again. So the next time you see this baby, hopefully it should be in pieces. It should be in pieces to pieces. So these here, I don't want to push it to full power right now because we're stressing over here a little bit. I'm going to get the rest of these things changed, and we'll check it again later when we get the recapping done and get it all back together and get for the checkout. We'll see what our readings are, and if they look okay or nominal, we're going to go full power on this thing and see what she's going to do under full load. So hang in there, we'll have more coming. Alright, there we are. We got the cabinet busted apart, we got the chassis busted apart. And I hope not literally. We managed to figure out how this thing came apart. We pulled the tuner off, pulled the push button assembly, sub-assembly off, and the on-off switch, and the Shibidoo-Baduffiba oscillator coil, stuff for the oscillator coil. Antenna coils remained on the chassis. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be really careful with that because I can't remove, well, I can remove it, but I doubt if I can remove it. It's got one of those weird hickey-doos on the thing where you look at it cross-sided and it'll break on you. They did make a little cup that screwed, you know, that they could rivet on, and you could press these tubes right onto it, and it would hold it until you got it connected and everything, and then you didn't have to worry about it no more. But I've only seen them used, I don't even remember the last one I seen used. I think it was on a Silvertone or something like that. I mean, they're great. They allow you to remove everything off the chassis without, you know, you'd have to take and bend this spring metal outwards to get the thing ready to come off the clip, and hopefully it wouldn't break it or the tube. But it is what it is. So I'm going to leave it and do a dance around it. That one there is ugly. We're going to have to give it a good scrubbing. I'd like to be able to remove it and soak it real good in my magic potion. I may go ahead and do that. It's going to involve extra steps. I'm gonna have to go in here and unsolder all of those things. Well, I could do it here. That would probably be better. I'll do it on this side and remove all those, and do it on this side and remove all those, and then I can extract the push buttons subassembly and take it off of there, and then I'll be able to I don't know, we'll have to see how best the other one's going to clean up. I just don't want to get these coils wet, or those damn said be the fooders. So yeah, we're ready to get started double timing on this thing. So I got my usual scribbles. You seen them over there in the corner, weren't you? Yeah. So hopefully I can manage to reconnect these things as they're drawn and not close my eyes and wonder about where it's going. So I'm good at that. I'm getting better. So here is the chassis, gouged, gutted. Well, not gutted, but it's half gutted. So we can go in there and start attacking as soon as we get the top and everything else cleaned up, and then we can go in. There's not a great deal of caps, not a great deal. So, but I got to really check those resistors, because something tells me this thing was stressing at one time, especially the way it was connected up here. So we'll be back for more stuff. I'll get this uploaded today, and you guys will be watching it tonight. So thanks for watching, and thanks for commenting.